I've been waiting my whole life for this. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for the View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. These women tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to
Sonny Hostin's world is unraveling. Bankruptcy rumors swirl, but the real bombshell is her husband's arrest in a jaw-dropping $450 million RICO fraud case. For any family, this would be catastrophic, but for Sonny, the stakes are even higher. The scandal is still unfolding, and each new revelation promises twists more shocking than the last. This isn't just a setback, it's the kind of story that could redefine her future.
Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that this is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused, but he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case.
Sonny once thought fiery debates on The View would spark her biggest controversies. Instead, her private life has eclipsed her on-air battles. Commentators are no longer dissecting her arguments, they're dissecting her marriage. Her husband, once a respected orthopedic surgeon, is now tied to a massive fraud case. With his career and her credibility hanging by a thread, Sonny's family drama is bleeding into the headlines she used to control.
Surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December. Lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney Daniel Twites denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
Imagine waking up after a long week and learning your spouse is accused in a $450 million racketeering scheme. That's Sonny Hostin's nightmare. After years of preaching integrity and accountability on national television, she's watching her moral high ground collapse overnight. The irony is brutal. The woman who grilled others on ethics now faces a scandal in her own home.
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services.
And here's where it gets darker. Reports suggest Dr. Hostin wasn't just practicing medicine, he was profiting off it. Allegedly, he accepted bribes to perform unnecessary surgeries on patients who never needed them, or worse, never received them at all. Shoulders, knees, spines, it didn't matter. The surgeries may have been fake, but the payouts were very real.
They always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said, this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys, wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the...
Those who point the loudest fingers often hide the dirtiest secrets. And this isn't just any scandal. It's being called the largest RICO case in New York history, even surpassing mafia takedowns of decades past. Dr. Hostin is accused of masterminding a sprawling fraud ring that targeted Uber, Lyft, and taxi drivers. Kickbacks, fake treatments, phantom surgeries. Millions pocketed while Sunny remains publicly silent. But silence in a storm this loud only raises more questions.
We need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for him. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named, along with about 200 other individuals, in a federal RICO charge.
Forget the mob movies. This is the real deal, but with white coats instead of leather jackets. At the center, a $450 million fraud operation that left insurance companies as victims. Sunny Hostin, once a TV advocate for justice, now finds her household tied to a scandal that's bigger than anything she's ever debated on air. Her husband is just one of 180 defendants accused of siphoning money meant for real patients. The irony couldn't cut deeper.
Orthopedic surgeon and husband for the View host, Sunny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it in.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my.
Sunny keeps her polished smile on TV, but the scandal won't fade like background noise. Her husband stands accused of cashing in on shady medical deals, and he's not alone. Clinics, doctors, even hospitals are caught in the dragnet. One of the biggest insurance plaintiffs claims millions were stolen through bogus procedures. While Sunny lectures about ethics on The View, her family is drowning in accusations that sound straight out of a mob script.
We learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history. And they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case, and they're claiming that this is completely...
The defense team is trying a classic spin, painting insurance companies as liars desperate to save face. But while lawyers bicker, the silence from Sunny is deafening. This is the same woman who built her brand calling out hypocrisy in politics, entertainment, and culture. Now that the scandal has landed in her own living room, her voice is missing. Is it strategy, self-preservation, or simply denial? Whatever the reason, the absence is telling.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How
very
much younger is it?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years or 5 years?
It's more than a year. Anyway, it's not about me. I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out. Right. He does the heavy.
This isn't just one man's fraud. It's being described as one of the biggest medical fraud investigations in US history. Doctors, hospitals, insurance firms, and even unsuspecting patients are wrapped up in the fallout. If prosecutors are right, it's not only a story of greed but of a healthcare system corrupted at its core. And for Sunny, the bigger the scandal grows, the more she risks losing her credibility as an advocate for justice.
Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah. I have a totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
It's just like
Twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, son. And this is Constantine Kitson actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not.
Maybe what Sonny needs most is honesty, because the silence isn't working. Behind the polished smile lies chaos, a marriage in crisis, a career at risk, and a courtroom drama she can't ignore. The longer she avoids the storm, the more the view starts looking like an escape from reality instead of a reflection of it. Her husband hasn't been convicted yet, but the spectacle alone has already tarnished their image. Like a slow-motion car crash, this scandal is impossible to look away from.